Hello everyone, welcome back to your week ahead reading. As usual, we are going to do the beginning of the week, the middle of the week, and the end of the week, and then our overarching theme. And then when I'm done going over these cards here, I'm going to go ahead and pull some oracle cards just to give us a little more clarification on our week. So I know these cards are a little tough to see right now, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be holding up each of the cards. So I know it's a little different than I normally do things, but these cards are so pretty and I definitely wanted to share them. So our overarching theme for the week is the Two of Swords. So if you can see that there's that little skull there with a blindfold on, two swords. And what this is about is choices. So a lot of times this card can reflect some denial in us. Two choices we're kind of struggling with, we're blinding ourselves to the path we're wanting to pick. We already know that little eye there is basically our third eye or our intuition. We kind of already know what it is that we need to do, but it's one of those things that feels easier said than actually done. So this week, our overarching theme is just to decide essentially and figure out not necessarily what the path of least resistance is going to be, but what choice is really going to serve us for whatever it is that we're considering this week. Okay, beginning of the week here, we have the Eight of Coins. So you can see that's a little hand threading a needle, and there's some little coins in there. And this card is all about honing our craft and really kind of digging in and putting in the work that is going to help us hone our skill and become better at whatever it is that we're attempting to do. Sometimes this is not always the fun stuff. This is the stuff where we really have to dig in, and it's just the things that have to be done. So if you're working or if you're working on a project, sometimes this is the foundational stuff, the stuff that we have to do over and over and over again to hone that skill. So that looks like it's going to be probably the beginning part of our week. And sometimes that's a little bit of that Monday and Tuesday grind. So Eight of Coins there for the beginning part of our week. Next, we have the Ruler of Wands. So after we hone our skills and we work really hard at whatever it is that we're needing to put forth, whether it be a project that's creative or whatever it is that we're working on this week, then midweek, we really hit our stride with the Ruler of Wands. And what this card is all about is taking that passion, that drive, that vision, and really being able to move toward creating something physical. So we've kind of put in that work here, beginning of the week, and now we're really being able to bring that vision to life. If you're working with a team, this might be where you are gathering everybody together and you're inspiring them to take action so that this project can come to fruition. So that's that Ruler of Wands energy. This is great energy. This is inspired action. And again, bringing those things into fruition, really honing that and kind of having that control over that fiery passion, because the wands are all about the passions here. And if you know anything about tarot, this is the King of Wands here. This is where we've reached that level of maturity where we are really in control and knowing how to essentially direct that passion and be able to move it forward into something creative. Now, with that being said, I do want to point out the very end of the week here is the 10 of Wands. So if you can see this card here is, again, that fire energy, that passion, that drive, and kind of being just toward the end of completion here, but making sure that you're not burning out. So again, and I'm just going to kind of revert this back to some of you that might be working on a team or with people, this is where you want to make sure you're looking at the overall picture and letting go of what you can let go and really holding on to what is going to serve you. So you don't want to necessarily take on too much. And if this is your own creative project, maybe or whatever it is that you're working on, I shouldn't necessarily assume creative project, but that's what continues to come up for me. So maybe some of you, this is very specific for you. You're going to want to make sure that you don't burn out, that you are not necessarily delegating something if you're unable to do that, if you're not working with a team, but maybe setting something aside and knowing that you can work on it later and pick it up later. So really delegating your own tasks in a timely manner and working on those when you need to. So that's the end of the week. So tie all of that in, the energy of the working on your skills for the Eight of Coins, being able to hone that passion, but also not letting that passion burn you out. With the Two of Swords here, where you are making sure you're choosing a direction and you are, whatever path you're going to choose here, you're kind of taking that energy and moving that into whatever choice it is that you went ahead and made. So I pulled some oracle cards as well, just to kind of give us some extra information for this week. So we have Sad Embrace, and we also have Movement in Reverse. So I'm just going to set those there, but I'll go ahead and pick up the cards and pull them up a little bit closer. So Sad Embrace, you can see this figure here, doesn't look happy. The blues kind of show you that this is sad. So this card, with this coming up immediately, this makes me think of this Two of Swords. Remember when I said you're making choices, maybe not necessarily the one that's the path of least resistance, but you kind of already know what choice it is that you have to make. You're letting go of that denial. Whatever choice you make might not be that fun. So you might need to embrace the fact that it's going to suck a little for a little bit and consider that and just know that that's what's coming and be okay with it. Move through it, feel your emotion, let it go because it doesn't serve you any longer and you're going to be moving on to something that is better for you. Not everything's going to be for you. And this is just kind of an indicator that whatever you're letting go of might suck, which we kind of already knew with the Two of Swords here. Then with Movement in Reverse here, this card sometimes feels like stagnation. So movement, had it been in the upright position, that would have been all about moving forward, making progress or wanting to make that progress. Movement in reverse is sometimes that stagnated energy. So if you're feeling like you're taking, one step forward and 3 steps backward. So you really are kind of feeling like you're going in reverse here. So why is that? Is it that we are still in denial here and we're not choosing the direction we know we're needing to go? We have that denial here. So we continue to take steps backward or stay in the same place. And we will continue to stay in the same place until we learn the lesson, we let it go, and we move forward. So this was a really nice tie into this. We need to choose the direction we're wanting to go in, let go of what it is that isn't going to serve us. It might suck, it might hurt, but if we do that, we won't be stagnated anymore. We'll actually be able to make some forward progress here. And again, once you kind of do that, and make a decision, you'll be able to work on that, start honing that skill, kind of just know that this might be the mundane, this might not be so fun, but it is the foundational stuff. And then from there, middle of the week, we're going to have that Ruler of Wands energy or King of Wands energy where we're really going to be able to take inspired action. And then 10 of Wands, we're nearing the end here, but we're just wanting to be aware that we don't want to go ahead and burn out. So that is your week ahead reading. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And as always, feel free to share this video if you feel inspired by it. Let your friends know. As always, I'm always open to feedback and commentary. I would love to know if this reading resonated with you. But I hope you all have a wonderful day, and thanks so much for taking the time to join me.